Ooh, it's cold. I was just doing some work and then I was just thought I'd come for a coffee break. I was just trying to sort my hair out as well. Trying to bring the frizz in. But anyway, see if anyone comes in. Hi Jen Vlogs. How are you this morning? Or wherever you are. I'm just wondering what everyone might be hearing or seeing or feeling. I'm just seeing a lot more people talking. I'm seeing a lot more people in fear of the you know what. Just had someone on Facebook going on about, oh, it's more than they're saying it is, like, because I think the Sun, the US Sun paper, were putting out that 8 million people are going to die in the UK. How can they say 8 million people are going to die? What? 8 million, really? That's just a joke. Like, people need to logically think about stuff. Old people getting it, yeah, maybe, yeah, people do get the flu. You don't really hear of many children, but the celebrities are getting it. Okay. Yeah, they're telling people 8 million, trying to report that 8 million people are going to die. It's like, okay. Hello, Tommy D. I liked what you said this morning. What did you say this morning? What did you say? You said, yeah, funny enough, one of your comments you said was, I don't know why, but the weather got better suddenly after 6 months of non-stop rain and chemtrails. Everything seems to be better for now. I think it's personally, I've still heard people talking like, oh, I think it's the chemtrails. I think they're still trying to poison us. I actually think it's the other way around. I actually think there's a cleansing. I mean, we know there's a cleansing going on, as in people getting arrested right now as we speak. But I also think it could be a cleansing up there of, chemicals and stuff that have been in the air before. And that's why people may think, hi Jane of Torquay, may think it's still the same side. But who knows? I'd rather even covering up other stuff at the minute to not see why all this, coup is happening. Just saying, just thinking out loud. But, yeah. 10 days of darkness, what Q said before, we had 10 days of darkness when Q went quiet. Some people think 10 days of darkness could be the internet might go down. Personally, I don't see the internet going down. I see mainstream media going dark, going down. And that's the papers and everything. So then they'd be able to report everywhere else on the internet where people can go, because people can get to the internet. But they just, 10 days of darkness would be good. They're not going to get rid of the internet because people work on the internet and that's businesses and stuff. So I see it more as the TV. We're not bothered about the TV. People can get to the internet and people can tell people who don't really have access to the internet, but most people do. So I see it as like that. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Hi. And like I said, I'm a bit fed up with people waffling on about it's not happening when it damn well is happening. And a lot of people know it's happening. Even people who didn't think they'd see it, it is happening. And people saying it's still the same side. It's not the same side. It's worldwide. This has never happened before since you've been alive. So yeah, great things are happening. And just because you can't see it properly doesn't mean it isn't. Mainstream media aren't going to report on it properly. But the Pope apparently, they were cornering off parts of Italy. And we had an Italian person in yesterday, so they told us something. But they told us a few things. But the Pope, you're not allowed out in the streets, but the Pope is, with no masks on. So are his bodyguards, whoever they are, with no masks on, no hazmat suits, whatever they're called, nothing. But we all know what's happening to him. Bye-bye, Popey Poo, Poopy Pope. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista, baby. You are one of the top dogs of you know what. So see you later. Setting a trap. Well, if you think about the Vatican, the Pope's at one of the top of it. One, he's a paedophile. Two, think of adrenochrome and all that. The Vatican are one of the most controlling cities. But a lot of people think they're awake, we call it woke, but they're actually still asleep. The reason why the Vatican, DC and London have an obelisk in their areas is they are the three main control systems: religion, London is money, and DC is military. So, a bit of a triangle going in there. But and this is why I just say to people, all the people that have poo-hooed Q, for instance, even though there's people that have come to truth that know about the stuff, but they don't go over to Q to actually look at it. It's like saying to people, you can't come with a discussion or a debate about it when you actually haven't gone through it. That's like saying to someone, you're in the book club, let's discuss the story. Let's discuss this story of this book. Have you read it? No. Well, how can you come with a discussion or a debate about anything if you haven't actually gone through from the beginning to what's happening now, gone through all 17 in the house, CQs in the house, gone through all the proofs and seen it as well, and then come back and have a chat. Do you know what I mean? So many people out there who poo-hoo it, but have never even looked at it because they listen to other people. Pope is a permanent living in a mafia too. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, no one's flower. They're going after worldwide arrests and the Vatican's one of them. And we won't be paying tax to the Vatican because it's all going down. We don't need to pay tax. When this all goes down, I doubt we will be doing what we're paying for man-made wars that we never even invented. But this is what I'm saying. They are going down. What's the virus really about? Even if they put one out of the flu, what's it really about? Mass arrests. What is everyone doing at the minute? Getting distracted by the so-called virus. There's loads of stuff going on. Do mainstream media report on it? No. But they'll be going down. It's probably their 10 days of darkness because we don't need them. Like you said ages ago, we are the news now, the people. It's not they're actually getting the Pope. They are getting the Pope. They've got to take the big guns down. Why do you think they've so-called quarantined certain parts of Italy? It's not for the people. 80 plus arrests from the Vatican, 300 plus Saudis, thank you as well. There's loads happening now. Thank you, there is. And this is why people need to go and research and look in the right places and on the right channels. Depends who you're watching. You're not going to get it off mainstream. Yes, we know that no one's flower, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. They're going for those people. All these peoples are the high Illuminati. That's what they're going for. This is what the whole thing's about. So it doesn't matter if he's a Jesuit, he's this, that and the other. They're going down, all of them. This is what the whole coup's about. Q didn't come in 2017. The plan's been in place since about the 1950s. People have been saying, and I've seen you say in chats as well, that, oh, why is it taking so long? Do you want me to show you how big it is? How'd you put a plan in place this big? How'd you put a plan in place that big? Guess who's at the top? The Vatican. The Vatican. All this. Manchester Arena on here and everything. Everything's on there. How'd you go for all that over time where they've got in? So this is why it's took time. It's took time because you have to get the right people in. You have to get the corrupt people out, the judge the court systems, which they are doing. That's what the whole Kavanaugh thing was the other year. It just does me head in because everybody's too quick to say, ooh, it's that side, the Illuminati, then you're never going to get rid of him. It's happening. Worldwide, everyone knows something's going on. This has never happened in your lifetime. So when you think about it, why would they be going to Italy and certain places where these people are? It's not because of the virus. It's not because of that. Yeah, the Vatican going down, exactly. They talked about the Vatican ages ago. Remember what Q said? April showers brings May flowers. And that was to do with the Pope. the other year. That's why people who may have been watching a bit about Q and we were all saying something's coming, just like somebody said the other day, there's always something coming. Yeah, there's been something coming for a very long time, but guess what? The storm's here. We thought when we first got on Q that it was like the year after. It's this year, 2020 vision. Yeah, but have you actually researched Q no one's flow? Because everyone says that. Everybody knows about the government and this, that, and the other, but people come to have a debate about it and none of them research Q. If you get what I'm not getting at you, I'm saying they don't research Q. They don't go through Q from the beginning, go back to 2017 and look what's happened now. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to you, I'm just saying I'm hearing people say this, but they won't look at it. They won't even entertain it. Even though people who don't entertain it know the same things, but it's a bit more and it's actually showing you what's happening. So if you think about it, there's a so-called virus going about, and I'm not saying a virus isn't going about, there is. We do get common colds and stuff. Sick of everyone going about, I've got the sniffles, what are you going to do? My son's just got over it. He's fine. It happens. It's spring, change of season, and we get colds every now and again, and people do die from them. Yeah, that's what I mean, no one's flower, because this is what I'm saying I'm sick of is we know there's been something in the background for a very long time, puppet masters, yeah, the Illuminati, whatever word you want to call them. They have controlled us for a very long time. They're illusionists. That's why the mainstream media are full of crap. And we all know that. You can't get any truth out of the mainstream media, any of it. Don't matter what you're watching or what you're reading. They might have snippets. But it is changing. Why can't it not change if a plan got in place? Why not? It's time for balance. We're going into the age of Aquarius. That means as above, fingers tingling, as above, so below, the waters emerging. This is what I said the other day. There's no getting away from it. Yes, they are magicians, but guess what? We're the real ones. So, they didn't see this. Well, I think they knew this time would come. They knew people as we evolve, would uprise against them, and there's nothing they can do. Yes, there's a lot of them, but there's more of us than there is of them. How do you control the masses of the world? Mainstream media. Who owns mainstream media? That is why Trump has been shouting out from the beginning, fake news, fake news, fake news. They're all fake news. All the mainstream media. So maybe 10 Days of Darkness could be that social media can get stuffed. Social media can go. We've got the internet. So I think that'll still be on. But you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying to people who do not even look at Q and poo-hoo it. And it's like, well, you can't have a book club and discuss the book if you've not read it. I don't mean literally read that book. I just mean go through the Q post. Do the proper research in yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's what annoys me. Why can't we have the golden age coming in? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Because I definitely think it is. And it is happening. We're talking to people all over the world. We're talking to people behind the scenes. We know what's going on. This is why it's good to have a chat. We had someone in from Italy the other day saying, hi, Tapper, you won't, you know that. Oh, they've cornered this bit off, but it's all right. No one's in a panic. Q came out in 2017. That wasn't the start of the plan. No, you won't get notifications. To help us with what's happening now. So there's a lot of people around the world that are calm about the situation because we know what's going on. Hi, Dave. Because if you think that queue's not big, there's millions around the world, but mainstream media won't tell you that because they call it a conspiracy theory. You're about to see how big this conspiracy theory is. Even people who are not on it are starting to go, oh my God, there's something going on. It's massive. Of course it is. Hi everyone in chat, just thought I'd let you know I've had a baby girl early hours this morning. Hey! What's her name? Congratulations. See, there's some good news. Whoop whoop. You've had a baby in the storm. You've had a baby in 2020. You'll be able to tell your baby when she gets older. Do you know you were born in the storm? All this stuff was going on and ooh, you know what I mean? Wow. Congratulations to Welsh babe. Have you a name or not yet? Here's a name, Janine. I'm only joking. Yeah. Call a name beginning with a Q. Thank you, Dave. I'm on your wave. I'm on your wave with how big this is. Exactly. No one can say nothing is happening because it's massive. I was even talking to Gary John John Gary today, saying Gary John, sorry. Do you know what? And he's like, yeah, it's massive, innit? I said, has this ever happened? I keep saying it. Has this ever happened in your lifetime? No. Yeah, or Dolly? No. Is it exciting? Oh, yes. Yes, it's exciting. Are people panicking a bit? Yeah. But are the majority who know sort of what's going on and blah, blah, blah? No. 33 in the house again. Universe is speaking. I'm not being funny. People say there's so it's a coincidence. On my side, there's 33. There seems to be 33 in the house all the time. Freemasons. You know, that just says to me validation. But think of how big this is. I just said to Gary, you know, I know there's something going on my drip. It doesn't matter. We are doing it ourselves. Q was a tool to help people research because people can't research properly. People just go and listen to the news. So despite what anyone thinks about Q, it did a lot of good. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Jesus. It doesn't. What's going on here? I think it's because this phone's going off. Hang on. So, do you know what I mean? It's worldwide. I think we're going to, when all this is done and all it starts to trickle out over the next couple of months, I think we're going to be we'll be planning a worldwide party. Because we're all bonding and it's all about one. Not that we're going to be a new one world order. We're not. We're going to be in unity, but we're going to be sovereign. Because we're going to realise a few things about us all, you know, of what we all want. Yet we can be sovereign and sovereign in ourselves to think and be able to do the thinking for ourselves as well. Hang on a minute. So, someone's just sending me some stuff, so I'll have a look at that in a bit. Yeah, exactly. I call it plain peace. It's about peace. There's not even been peace within people, you know, in that sense. There's two senses of it. There's peace in the world, and then there's peace within ourselves. When peace comes within the world, peace comes within ourselves. There's people out there who have not known nothing what's going on, and that's why they have this anxious feeling of something, because there was never peace. Because we knew something was not quite right about this realm where we live, because it's been a control system with illusions chucked at us, where we don't live our life really liberated, do we? We haven't been liberated properly. So, hang on. And it's the 17th of March today. We haven't been liberated properly. And this is a time for liberation. And when we rejoice, when all this is over, it's going to be amazing. Can you imagine a year where we set a date where it's like New Year's Eve and everybody is celebrating worldwide peace, liberation for the first time in a long, long time. Yeah, but this is the thing, no one's flower. That's what people keep saying. It's a program response, and that's what I'm fed up with. I hope we're not let down. Let down by what? That's putting it out to the universe. No one can think what if. What's the point? I always say, what's the point? Trust in yourself. If there's a creator, which I believe in, he's not going to let us go through all of this for all time. To just go back to normal. We're the fallen angels. We fell asleep. We are now waking up and realising to take our true power back. And that's why I say I won't have it when people say that. The thing is, no one's flower. I will say again, because this gets up my nostrils and I'm not having a go at you. What do you mean? Because we should do it without Q? We are doing it without Q. I'm not into it as strong as I was before. It was a tool. Q's not doing it for us. It's called question everything and research yourself. You have to research yourself. I've researched myself. When I was fully into it, I didn't just sit there listening to other channels. I actually went and researched. That's what people get on my nerves when they say, oh, you're supposed to be doing it yourself. It's not a saviour. No, but they needed something to come in to bring bring the barriers down. Hence what's happening now with the arrests. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. I don't care what anyone says. If this wasn't happening, you wouldn't be able to do anything, because how would you take the cabal out, basically? Do you know what I mean? It's not about that researching and activism and all that. I'm not talking about that, right? I don't think I know people get what I'm saying. It just gets on my nerves, because it's always that response of, oh, I hope it is. I hope it's not this. I hope it's not that. I've just had that discussion with my mum. It's just a tool. Lots of people were woken up, like they know about stuff that Q brought out, but they needed to wake more people up. The whole point of Q is so more people know, but they're calm for the situation that's going on right now. That's what it was. But what I'm saying, no, I know you worry. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying, don't worry. Don't worry. It's massive. It's massive. It's massive. But because there's a lot of stuff out there with people's this, that, and the other, people get worried. I haven't been worried all the way through it at all. Wait, see Trump and its team on. That's why they're saying in Q it has said it's coming to the masses. It's going to come to the public no matter what. I think they're going to take mainstream down, because mainstream aren't reporting anything. Thank you. I am so passionate about it, because it's like I said, this can't go on. It can't keep going back and forth to this. Oh yeah, but it's part of that side. It's part. We all know they're illusionists. We all know they've been controlling us for time. Well, now's time for change. It's written in the stars. It's the age of Aquarius. It's the living. It's the waters above and the waters below merging into one. That is the physical and the spiritual. The spiritual's, that's been on attack. The physical's always been on attack. But when you get rid of that, heaven on earth, innit? Heaven on earth. Peace to the world. Peace to the world. Peace to the world. Sorry. We're in the eye of the storm right now. What people don't get is we're not going to World War III. We're already in it. We've been in a silent war. We're in a silent war right now. We were in it ages ago, really, with our food and everything. They've got us on every single angle. The last one was spirit or our minds. This is a mind war, by the way. They didn't want the masses to wake up earlier, because they would have gone against them, but there would have been more uproar. And this is what I say about Trump and Q. They've done it so a lot of people here are not in panic mode. There still is. But the people who know are not in panic mode, because there's a lot of them. Be happy, rejoice. Exactly. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love you too, but I just get so passionate about it, you know what I mean? Because I've seen people going on about stuff, and they just think that because something good's coming, they think it's fake, because they have always put stuff out there where we thought it. But not everyone knows this has been ramping up for years, and there would be a day that came. Remember the numbers, 2020 vision. Even people that weren't even on it are so all over it now. They're like, well, even if it is this Q or it's not this Q, something big is happening. People getting arrested in Saudi. The triangles is Soros, Saudi, and the Rothschilds. What's happened to the monarchy? They're not going to tell you on mainstream, but they're all spread out everywhere. The monarchies fell. We don't even need one. The monarchy has fell. They'll report whatever they want. She's got the flu. She's died of it. Where's Prince Philip lately? Ooh, they're moving over there. They can report all the crap they want in the world. I'm not bothered. As long as they're gone, or they've been taken out, or they're in prison, who cares? Because some of these people are getting taken out. That's why Trump's brought the death penalty back, because it's treason. And one of the biggest places for a lot of corruption is the UK, controlling America, for the Americans that don't know. Australia, everything. They've done a lot of bad things, if you want to put it that way. So, yeah, be like hashtag liberation. Welcome to the rebellion. Do you know what I mean? But not the rebellion of fighting and violence. It's been a quiet war. It needed to be a quiet war, because otherwise it's going to be like The Purge, the film. That's what they wanted. That's why they put all the films out there. So you're like, oh my God, it's like The Purge. Let's all go around killing each other. Really? They want you to do that anyway, because they've been killing us off slowly. Thank you, Candy. I do just say it as it is, because that, just like Trump, Yes, thank you, Google. Yes, all over Google. If you research Google now, Google's been taken over by the white hats. And if you research now adrenochrome, the Democrats, you'll see the truth that they weren't reporting when you used to type in it. So we all know something's going on. High five flames. It's not because the Lumafati are trying to dupe us and make it look like something's coming in. It is here. It's divine. God wins at the end of the day. It's a divine plan. Would be divine justice. Prince Philip's going down anyway. They're all going down, and so is Andrew. But like I said, you're not going to get the proper truth out of the mainstream media, but I do believe they'll go down. We don't need them. We the people want to hear we the people's voices, not those they on TV that are full of that. They're in the club, basically. They're in the club. Why have all the celebrities seem to have got the virus at the minute? A lot of celebrities, all the numbers are wrong anyway. And the Queen's done one from the Buckingham Palace because she's got it. Yeah. All these celebrities got it. Funny that, isn't it? But then again, there's mass arrests going on. The Pope might be, I don't know. I've just shown a picture of him in walking around in the Vatican and with his bodyguards. But we all know they've gone in after him. I couldn't give a toss if he's whatever. Gone, dead, whatever, arrested, whatever. But he's one evil thing. Yeah, she Trump with better hair. She Trump. Oh my God. I'm just saying. So what you all hearing around your area? So we've got Google's. Let me Google it because last night wasn't. Is that why they're giving me the Commonwealth back their countries? Yeah. Everyone's getting the country back to be sovereign. We don't want to be globalists because that's one world order. And not the one world order. We could have one world order within ourselves, and that's what's happening, order within ourselves, but not the one they were putting out, not the one that Hillary was trying to put in with China, where you're going to be, everyone's there with a little card to the microchips and you can't do anything. If you don't do what the government says, then you can't get in your house, you can't drive your car, you can't go on holiday, you can't buy food because they just cut off your, with your cards. That's rubbish. Tom Hanks has been arrested. Tom Hanks, see, the virus isn't that. They're being arrested for paedophilia. All of them. They're all paedophiles. This is why Q came out to get people mentally prepared. All the people that love celebrities and people like, you're going to have a shock when you find out what they've been up to. And it's not all of them. It's not all of them. And some of them have been blackmailed and stuff like that. So, I think everyone else can hear me. It might be your thingy because someone said that before. So let me have a look. Because if you actually look around No One's Flower, loads of people, oh, they've got this, they've got that, they got stuck in a country. They've tried to run, and that's why they're shutting the borders off. So they can't run anywhere, and they can't fly anywhere. So they're getting trapped in their own trap. They're getting trapped in their own trap. So, good days is all I can say. Have you noticed Blair's gone quiet? Why do you think May and Han... Exactly. Why do you think May and, who is it, Hannon, resigned? They're probably gone. Have we seen her lately? Don't know. She was treasonous. What's the penalty for treason? The Queen's done treason. What's the penalty for treason? They could say she's such and such body's died of the flu or old age. We all know behind the scenes that is not the truth. We all know that. Right, what shall I Google? What am I going... Ooh. And I like the picture on Google because normally it's Google and it's like got hidden messages in it, but the sea, the water. What shall I Google? What shall I Google? Let me Google. What shall I Google? Yeah, Dolly, you see all the CEOs resigning. Latest one, CEO Lockhead, Bill Gates, Bob, what is it here? The Disney. Yeah, I've seen that, and there's loads more. There's some Saudi. I can't remember I don't know if they're busy. I don't know what they were. They've been yeah, follow the white rabbit, adrenochrome. I know that's not the nice side of it, but it's there. That's why these people are going down. That's why some of them will probably be put down. What do you call it? The death penalty, because that's basically what they need. See, I see it, but it's not saying. Yeah, Bill Gates has stood down, blah, blah, blah. Tom Hanks has it in Australia. Justin Trudeau's wife, Celine Dion, she's a ghoul. Heidi Klum with the rumours is if falling it, shutting the economy down slowly. All these people that are testing positive are all part of the cabal. Exactly. All part of the cabal. It's a cult for the elite. All these people in Hollywood are elite cabal. Hi, Martin. Trump was one of the first people to take action. He was. That's why they went against him. And is the only one who is speaking the loudest and being active. The USA have initiated state of emergency. The WHO are corrupt and owned by the deep state. So this is what I've said. This is what we've said. I had to know more. What was this, by the way, is on Google, and it's called Emily Writes Down the Rabbit Hole with the COVID-19 Conspiracy Theories. This on Google. You can have a read through that. Let's have a read through it. I began a journey that would change me forever. The person who told me about the cabal told me I'm talking about the deep state. The cabal who was what I originally was talking about. Look it up. It's real. It's reality. Unfortunately, it is. That's why we have to be mentally prepared for this, and a lot of us are. I was told to need to connect the dots. Buckle up, sheep. Get ready for the truth. On the website called Q, I found fellow patriots with hard on the truth. I was quickly introduced to the prevailing conspiracy theory around COVID-19. It's quite simple. Adrenochrome, it's a drug. See, COVID-19 is the adrenochrome drug, and it's funny that people like some of the celebrities now are saying they feel ill. Well, maybe they put it in their drug, which is adrenochrome, because that's what they have to keep. It's like their equivalent of the fountain of youth. These people are sick, and that's what QO has said throughout. These people are sick. They're getting sick now. It was Lady Gaga who was writing. They write in Instagram and everywhere else because the comms have gone down, so they communicate through through mainstream and on their like Instagram sites. And I put it up on my community page if you want to go and look at it. What she was saying about being a vampire. People think they're joking. They're not. They're not. Of the way they do it. So, I can't see chat at the minute. So, oh God, she looks anorexic, yeah. Have you noticed a lot of them went ill or they said they had cancer or whatever and they went really skinny really quickly? It's not because they had cancer. It's because they weren't taking something. Adrenochrome is a drug for liberal elite of Hollywood made from actual human brain stems containing hormones. Sorry, if you don't want to listen to this, switch off, but people need to know how evil these people are and why there was a plan. Hollywood from actual human brain stems containing hormones from the adrenal gland. Hillary Clinton manufactures this drug by torturing children in a pizza shop. If everyone thought that was whack, well, you're going to soon find the truth out. If you order a cheese pizza that's coded, Tom Hanks is addicted to adrenochrome and he caught COVID-19 from the latest batch of tainted adrenochrome that came through Celine Dion, who is a high priestess from the Church of Satan. She's well versed in poison as she's been lacing her children's clothing line with a chemical that makes our children gender neutral. Tom Hanks signalled to the Hollywood liberal elite, and I know it sounds whack, Globe's acceptance speech that the world would be a shortage. The world would be a shortage of adrenochrome. Ellen has closed her studio. Ellen DeGeneres, she's closed a studio. Nothing happening, is there? Her studio audience because she's addicted as well. Heidi Klum is too, and so is Michael. Is it Rapport or something? So you think all these people are beautiful and lovely, and they're looking young. Yeah, it's because they're rich and they've got the money to stay young with. Cosmetic procedures. Think again. The only reason they get you to have cosmetic procedures when you're having shit pumped in your face and that is because you're putting poison in your face. They're using adrenochrome. This is a direct quote from a true patriot. What's happening to Celine Dion? I remember her as young and vibrant, but boom, she's a far cry from my memory. Let's not forget Michael, is it Rapport or someone? He just doesn't look right. A tad pale. It's like, is it Johnny Depp? They all look like ghouls. It's not because they're ill. They are ill, but not from what you think. Overnight, just Bill Clinton. Ugh. But if that version doesn't appeal to you, don't worry, I have more. You can basically choose your own. This is another false flag attempt to implicate the Great Awakening. The virus has been orchestrated, I can't say it, to force universities to adopt learning management systems like Canvas and Blackboard and move to online teaching, ending school as we know it forever. COVID-19 will trigger the implement of the global I can't say it, Economic Security and Recovery Act, so the government can take your money. Bill Gates. A new world war. China, Iran, and Italy attempted to inoculate their own population and then release a disease that would threaten the world. A feminist cult of witches created a virus to kill all old white men. We'll never get Americans to agree to cut Social Security, but they won't be able to collect it if they're dead. Vaccinations caused it. COVID-19 was created by the media so to sell newspapers, and everyone who has been infected is a crisis actor. Exactly. Do you know any of these people? No. God did it because we're all too sinful. See what I mean? There's all this stuff. That's rubbish. Tom Hanks, what's going on here? So there's all this stuff going on. Let's see what else. Blah, blah, blah. We are all feeling uncertain and we are all seeking truth. Conspiracy theories can give their believers a sense of control and security. This is especially true when the alternative account feels threatening. For example, if global temperatures are rising catastrophically due to human activity, then I'll have to make painful changes to my comfortable lifestyle. We know climate change is real and so-called COVID-19. So what can we do in the face of conspiracy? Well, that's not. Anyway, she's just going on about a load of stuff, but you know what I mean? It's happening. It's happening. Let's see. I'm going to put something else in here. Oh, so you go and put mass arrests in. You won't get this before. Top stories 4 hours ago. I've just seen something. What was that? And don't forget, it's March the 17th today. Right. You would not get this on. You would not get this on Google. Saudi Arabia, new mass corruption arrests. Boom. Now everyone can research themselves now, because if you knew who Google was, people will say now, you do know who Google is, yeah, but when they took the corrupt out of Google, it works for them, doesn't it? But some people will still naysay that, so, you know. New mass arrests of 298 government employees on suspicion of corruption raises human rights concerns. Human Rights Watch said today Saudi authorities should be immediately reveal the legal and evidentiary basis for each person's detention and make certain that each person detained can exercise their due process rights. But there you go with that. That's all going on. Mass arrests. What's this one? A mass arrest occurs with the police. Let's put, oh, what's that there? Let's have a look at this one. Ooh. The far right, QAnon nutcases, see Tom Hanks' coronavirus diagnosis as a sure sign of looming mass arrest. That's because it is. That makes me laugh. They always say far right. A bit more than that, really. Oh, but there's a lot more out on Google than there normally is. So, yeah. But people will naysay that again and say that, yes, they've put it in there to make you think that because programmed response again. Oh, sorry, I'm just laughing at the whole thing. It's like, oh my God, what you all saying in chat anyway? Yes, it's St. Paddy's Day. So, happy St. Patrick's Day. Funny that, and it's 17Q as well. St. Patrick's was a Roman sent by Rome to kill the Druids. Well, all all a bit stuff happened with the Romans when they can get lost. Yeah, exactly. Q, far right neo-Nazis. Exactly. We are on our way to the light for sure. Exactly. We've got to go through a little bit, but people have been through far worse in past man-made wars, you know. But it is getting exciting. It is getting exciting. I mean, it's the biggest thing that's happened. We've all been waiting for something to happen, something to get our teeth into. Q is real. Yes, Q is real. Joe M says the White Hats took over Google. Yeah, you're getting a bit more truth in the Google sense now. Higher realms holistics. I'm thinking it's true because Trump talked about how he is working with Google. This is what I said. Higher realms holistics, lovely woman. We know. I know you know about Q and you do, but do you remember, I've been saying for ages. Once the corrupt are taken down, all the things like Google, YouTube, because they do work against us, all the things, the banks and mass arrests are happening with big bankers. Once they're taken down, it's not like that has to go. We can have Google with the right people in that aren't trying to not put the truth out. It should be unbiased sort of thing. It shouldn't be biased to just one thing all the time. And that's what's been happening. So we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this. We've been ridiculed. We've been, and you don't even need to be on to Q to know what's going on. A lot of people have known within themselves through different, years ago, through knowing that, oh, the government's a bit this, that, and the other. But the Q to me was the key to waking more people up, but ready for now to calm people down, because we all know that this thing going on is massive. We're going to have a massive celebration when this is all over. You can feel it. Can you imagine? Just wish we all lived near each other. Do you know what I mean? Johnny Dexter. Yeah. So, yeah, the 10 Days of Darkness has to do with the arresting. This is what I think, but I also think High Realm Holistics. I'm thinking, I've heard that and I think, yes, we've had 10 Days of Darkness before with Q when he went quiet, which was what's happening now with the arrest. But I also think, what if the 10 Days of Darkness isn't the internet, because people work with the internet? It's people's jobs as well. What if it's the mainstream media? What if it's social media? That doesn't matter. We can all communicate on the internet. Everyone's got the internet mainly, and people who haven't are going to find out anyway. So what if it's the mainstream, the TV, the newspapers, everything they communicate on, and we just get it out, and then no one's got anything to do apart from go and watch the internet, where their crap won't be on there. Like a bit like I said with the JFK Jr. thing, with the whole, they broke into the system. They can take the system down of the TV, so they're not reporting or breaking into there, or we go on the internet. Like you said, we are the news now. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's exciting to see which way it will, I'm not saying that'll definitely happen, but when you think, you're like, what would they do? Because my mum said today, yes, but Janine, if this truth is coming out like you keep saying, why aren't they putting it on mainstream media? I'm like, Mum, they're not going to put it on mainstream media because mainstream media are the problem. Well, they need to get it. I said, yes, on the internet or something, unless they take it down and break through it. Yeah, great changes happening. So it's all exciting. Get very excited. Even though there's stuff going on, you know what I mean? I'm not saying people won't get caught up or this, that, and the other, but yeah. They're saying now that a lot of mobiles are having difficulties. Yeah, well, we could have all that. They could try and hack into certain stuff, but at the end of the day, the plan was put in place. They knew every angle they were going to do. They knew that if they did something, they'd try and go for the internet, they'd try and go for phones, because they don't want the truth coming out. But it's here, we're in the storm. They knew this, they knew they'd try this. That's why Anons, some are autistic, because they look at everything from every angle, like a quantum computer. They know they've got everything, so they'll have everything in place. If they're taking the corrupt out, the corrupt can't break into certain areas if they're not in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? That's what I'm thinking anyway. So can't wait to see the arrogant fake news liars. I know. Like Ellen DeGeneres. Oh, they're not on the show now. I doubt you'll be seeing Oprah Winfrey or anyone like. Get us lot on. We don't need TV. We just need the internet. We enjoy picking and choosing what we can watch without commercials of consuming all the time. Can you imagine? This is just going to be like a worldwide internet party when there's no communication at all. What do you mean? So there's no, there will be I think there will be communication. I don't think they could leave it for 10 days of people not knowing, because that's like mass hysteria. I think there will be communication on the internet. Social media, that is Facebook, Instagram, the news, the BBC, the TV, the newspapers all go down, let's say, and then we get on the yeah, it is a hoax for the sheep, and then we get on the internet. The internet's fast. Look what we're doing now. You know, we use it. Yeah, you could say it's social media, but it's not the one that everyone would run to. The first thing people are going to run to, and they will be running to now, the people who don't know are looking at the TV. They're looking at the wrong form of information, because we all know they don't put the truth out. So I don't think it will, Tapper. I don't think it is. I mean, it might do, but I just don't think they're going to have people sat in the dark with no electric on for 10 days. I really don't. I really don't think it's to do that. Normally when Q says 10 days of darkness, we had 10 days of darkness before, and it's just Q went quiet for a long time on the Q boards, why things were happening. Like the last one said, God wins. Quiet, because the arrests are happening now. And if you think about it, if it's supposed to be all sort of coming to a bit of a point of an end of all this stuff going on, by the 10th of April, it would be about 10 days, wouldn't it? Just saying, just putting it out there. Like I said, they knew what they were going to try and do with electric and everything. So if they knew, they're guarding all that, aren't they, if anyone gets what I'm saying? Because they don't want people going in mass hysteria. They do, that's what they try and do, but I don't believe that's what will happen. Because we've not been told about anything about that. Who is Q10? It's a group, but Worldwide Patriots. 10, there's 10 and 3 are non-military. You've got Trump. Some of us are saying JFK Jr., someone else I'm not quite sure. And then the others are Marines, but not the corrupt military, the good military. There's loads into it. If you haven't heard of Q and you haven't seen Q, The Plan to Save the World by Joe Maspose, go and watch that, because that just says it in a nutshell anyway, and you know it's true, even if people say, well, who put this out? Doesn't matter. So, yeah. Called Santander, told they I'll be a bit late with the mortgage. They were brilliant, actually. Yeah, they know what's going on. I've got to go to the bank. That thing that happened with the bank, they said they'd ring me this morning. They haven't. I can't even get online banking now or nothing. So I'm going, if they don't ring me by today, I'm going to have to go in tomorrow and try and get that sorted out. But whatever. Whatever, Trevor. That's what I mean. There's going to be things that are happening, and if people are late paying the mortgage or whatever they're doing, everyone's going to be like that. So people can't moan and say, "Oh, I'm not doing that," because everyone's going to be in the same boat. If that was what was going. Worldwide Q movement, military white hats and others. Yes, that's what it is. It is a military movement. It's a high up intelligence, but I also think it's a lot to do with Q, and I always think of like quantum, and I always think of like then I go into like the higher realms. I think it's a bit divine plan as well. Though they go to the bank soon, they may not be open. Well, it doesn't really matter if I go to the bank, because they haven't really got any money in it anyway, so do you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't even think that's going to be a massive big thing for ages, because like I said, they've known, that's why they're taking the bankers out now. They're taking the corrupt bankers out. They've been arrested because they're the ones that change. We don't need their big banking systems, and they've been arrested anyway. So, till we hear any different, I'm not worried about any of that right now. Tap has just put Q, The Plan to Save the World. Watch Q, The Plan to Save the World remastered. Hi, Memphis. Not seen you for a long time. All happening, isn't it? Stayed on the ride. Q getting us ready for what's about to happen, so we don't. So there's not the masses going mad. There's a lot of us that aren't, which is good. People need to prep food, water. I just think people just need to shop as usual. No panic buying. It's the people that are making the food go down because of panic buying. I've not, it's not like we've had yeah. I mean, there's not much I can do anyway, because I haven't really got any money. So it's just a bit like I just have to do what I do. But everyone has to do what they think they have to do for themselves, don't they? Yeah, Q bond. Yeah, well, that's what they say, don't they? Patriots now have Google. Yes, we do. Patriots in control. Anyway, we got told that ages ago. Patriots are in control. Google's in the hands of the Patriots now. So that means things are changing. They closed my gym. Yeah, I saw that picture. I thought, I've got kettlebells here. I thought I might start doing my kettlebells. I've got my hoop. This is the zombie apocalypse. Just kidding. I will just ride my bike. Exactly. I've got a hoop. I've got my hula hoop over here. I've got kettlebells. I'll show you my hula hoop. I've got, that's what I was thinking, down. Get the hoop and get my kettlebells out and just like, with everything going on, just get my, pump it out in your kettlebells, you know, not the frustration. I'm just getting frustrated with some people. Not frustrated, but just like, come on, people. Have a bit of faith in yourself and what's happening in the world. There's too many people. What do you think, where's she gone? Higher Realms Holistics, when you get all these people who are, it's like a looped response that just think that the Kabbalah aren't going down, or the Illuminati, or whatever you call them. They're all like, no, it's just a part of the plan to make you think that's what's happening. All this wouldn't be going on for nearly 3 years. They would have just brought Hillary in and that would have been the end of it. New World Order with China and all that. So I just don't get it with people. It's like they don't want to believe in themselves, or that a brighter future could come. You know, it is all about the now, but an actual brighter future is coming, the golden age, the merging of the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, you know? What do people think about that? It's like, why not? I think we've had enough cack to save us to, you know, thingies for a lifetime, haven't we? So, yeah, a lot of people are going on about forcing vaccines. It's not going to happen. Can't force you to do anything, just lock your doors. Yeah, I've been trying to, the dead frizzy, and I've got to do this. I'm supposed to do it daily, and I'm supposed to be doing this and then crocheting all the frizzy bits in so it looks neater. So I've only done about 3. Take me all day. We'll have to do how many dreads has Dolly got in her hair and you win a prize, because I don't know. I haven't counted them. I haven't got a clue. Actually, I'm red pilling. I'm red pilling my cousin. This is serving as a trigger for many. It is serving as a trigger, but in a sense, they need to be triggered, because then they're going to start going within themselves, like I've said before, and realise we need to see the bad to know what we want in our lives, and we don't want that. We've consented to loads. Stop consenting and giving our power away. So, do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Mary. Hi, Critical Thinker. We've got Bernice, Dave, Memphis, Jane of Torquay, Astral Thief, Higher Realm Holistics. Check Higher Realm Holistics channel out. She does meditation, talks about all sorts of different things, bits of what's happening with the Cabal, and lots of energy stuff. You know, you're all great in chat. Tapper, Martin, Kath, Tommy D, Mary, Daniel, is it Daniel? Or Danielle? Daniel, Blue Nose, is it Place? Communicist, that's your name now, that's your name. Magma, I am really rubbish at reading sometimes. Danny, Miss Chimes, Scott Ferguson. Who else is in? Rachel Pixie, James, Maximus, Maggie, I always have to think. Mary. I was like, what film did you watch about Q? Tapper's put it in. Q, the plan to save the world. It's been out there for ages, a remaster, but you've got to look who's in it. You've got to watch who's in it. See, that's why people go, oh, it's just something someone's put out. Where did they get the money from? The Alliance side have got money. Money isn't evil. It's the greed of money. And that's another thing. If we end up with no money in the future, we end up doing this, okay, fanfare end. But at the end of the day, it's not money that is evil. It's just an energy. It's the greed of money. We don't actually need to live off that much. We're just greedy buggers, basically, because they want us consuming. You want your consuming toilet roll at the minute, I mean, for God's sake. But if you're consuming toilet roll, you're not consuming too much food, even though that's started to go around now. But when the domino effect happens and people start listening, they're not going to be running out getting food. They're just going to shop as normal. And if they shop as normal, then that's okay. It's just because the stock systems can't handle it. I haven't heard of anyone saying the food's being stopped getting anywhere. It's just the nutcases going out acting like it's World War III. We're already in the silent war. We've been in the silent war for a long time. So, yay. Are you on Skype, Higher Realms Holistics? I'd love to talk to you. So mine's just Dolly Daydream on Skype. I've been connecting with a few people on Skype and just for chats about different stuff and things. And I was doing something before my phone and I got the orbs in again, and I'm seeing people that are talking truth of the light that have orbs. And I know Lady V does. I know you have the I'm on Zoom. Am I on Zoom? Is that an app I can get on it? I'm on Google Hangouts, at least that's changed now. I'm on that, where you can have a convo. So I'm just so excited. So excited. And I've also said, Lady V, that if we're going for duality, there can't be any bad. So if we're going to love, there can't be this. So to me, there can't be this in the physical realm. I've had a discussion with someone and they just keep saying, it doesn't matter. This spiritualness of it doesn't matter. It's not real. Yeah, we know it's an illusion, but at the end of the day, to me, it does matter because the two realms of what emerge. Heaven's always been there. Heaven on earth is the physical and the spiritual merging like the waters above the waters below with the whole... Yes, it's free unless you want an account business. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Don't know how do I find you on there then? But yeah, the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius didn't come in like that. It's been gradually coming in. That's why everyone's going, Phil, something's going on, but something's going on. And I always say, if we have the spirit side of ourselves, which we do have, which they try to disconnect us from, we can go there. But this realm we've been in's been a little bit difficult because we've had a control illusion system in. So once that's gone, both realms will work beautifully, I think, how they're supposed to. That's how I see it. We manifest there what comes out here. That's why all this unearthing's coming out, because we're also purging all of it out of ourselves and getting rid of stuff that we don't need anymore. Like I've said, like a bag that you pull at the bottom of your rucksack, you need to get rid of everything, all that stale energy. Yes, they use the same black and white photo of the guy on the what? Can it? Aquaman. Well, that showed some stuff in Aquaman. Riots in Ireland. You're going to get riots and you're going to get things going on, but this is why Q came out. So some people knew not to go out. You're going to get people who don't know that are going to riot because they don't know what's going on. So you're going to get that. We know that. But this was so there wasn't mass riots, because some of us know to stay calm in the storm. We're in the eye of it. And that we might be able to help calm other people down. Look at all you now. We're all talking about this and we're all trying to stay calm. Then you go and tell someone else, and then, like I've said, all I've seen is people talking about it and realising it's not what they think, this, that and the other. So, if MSM had announced there was a shortage of tinned salmon instead of toilet roll, guess what? That's what I said. If someone said, I forgot. If someone said this is the sheeple, but they are needed, I guess. Way, everyone's running out, getting 50 lemons. They'd go, all right, I better go and get 50 lemons. But they'd probably get 100. And then everyone would go, well, so why are you getting 50 lemons? And they'd all go, I don't know. I just got told that I needed 50 lemons. All right, but you don't know why you need the toilet roll. Some people are probably going to need it because they're going to be upset and probably will need the toilet roll because they'll be crying into it, and maybe diarrhea as well. They're not going to like some of the stuff they hear, but just saying. Yeah, if they shut the pubs. Well, that's the thing though. They need to shut, they probably will shut the pubs because unless there's internet in there, because they need to shut certain things. That's why they're shutting certain entertainment. And that's men just need to get a grip of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Shut the entertainment, because if, dark to light, chaos first, and it is chaos. Because if we get quarantined to stay in, what you're going to do, be nosy and try and find out where the news is coming from, especially if that goes down the TV, then you're not going to be distracted from the entertainment business, which is the TV, which is the lamestream mafia media, which is sports, which is this, which is that, which is so on and so on. You're going to be forced to watch the real news. Q did say something about the public will be forced to sort of, I don't mean forced, but if you're in and there's nothing else to do, and maybe the TV's gone down, or they interject through the TV, or you have to go and find alternative news, you're going to see, aren't you? And you're not going to want to know because there's nothing else to do. You want to be in the loop of what's going on because that's everyone's talking about it. HMRC staff just sent home and plainclothes armed police around Manchester hiding in strange places. Oh, they might be hiding them right outside my house now. Exactly. It's going down everywhere. Manchester, London, all the city centres will have people in those city centres like mayors and stuff like that. Sadiq Khan, I think you might be going down. Mass arrests of these people. It's getting good, innit? I'm going to go and look outside my window. This is why they don't, they want people out of the way. Because remember, these people are fighting for their lives. The hunters are being hunted. You don't want to get in the way. So be happy at home, watching a film or something and just thinking, well, you know, we know stuff's going on. Those who say that we're going to lose the grid of the internet wrong, they won't. That's why I've just said critical thinking. I've just said, I don't think we won't lose the internet. I'm not bothered. If we lose social media, who's bothered about that? That's the TV and so on and so forth. We'll have the internet on because if they'd want us to lose the internet. People have jobs through the internet all over the world. So if that went down for 10 days, yes, we know they wanted to crash the economy. That would be a big thing. So I don't think that I think they've got control of the internet. We don't have so many trolls now, have you noticed? Have you noticed? If any of you go to any other channels that used to have trolls, does the troll level, look, they're going for the trolls as well, you know, there's a lot of agents out there. Has anyone noticed? You know, TV presenters self-isolating. That's what I mean. If they're self-isolating through whatever reason it is, you know, they've got the virus as in adrenochrome, or this, that and the other, they need to put some new reporters on. Get me in. I'll sit on this morning. I'll be the new this morning presenter. I'll be like this, me. I'll be like, move out the way, Hollowoola booby. I'll be like, hi. They're looking all intellectual. It is Dolly. Dolly's dilemmas. I don't know. You know, reporting. But we don't want to be part of that name though, do we? Yeah. What would we call it? All the channels I follow, okay, troll channels dropping off. That's what I mean. Troll channels are dropping off now. Don't you find that a bit like, the light is winning? There's none in here at the minute. Probably too busy running around after toilet paper, I don't know. I know I only came on for a coffee chat, but I was waiting for a call actually, but yeah. And it's the 17th as well, so what could I say? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? So, hang on, switch that down a bit, it's a bit loud. So, yeah. Yes, I noticed Tommy Rowland leaving football in the USA. I'm after Keith Lemon trying to get him involved. I know it's going to be good to see who are the white hats in the celebrity world and who isn't. Because don't forget, some get blackmailed, so... But the great channels are doing the great stuff out there. You got In Pursuit of Truth, SGT Report, you know, the ones that go in deep and they know what's going on and all that. Low Energy Trolls got Bog Roll Frenzy, exactly. Maybe they've not the virus, especially if they've been having corona. But do you know what I mean? Something's going on, isn't it? Something like a phenomenon. And anyway, pandemic. Democrats are in a panic. That's what's going on. Hello, all new people. Oh, yeah. Hello to the new people, yeah. I'm like, what new people? Oh, yeah. Hand in Flower of Life. Yep. Yeah, he probably is. It's not everybody, do you know what I mean? Yeah, Tom Hanks in the performance of his life. Let me guess. He lives. Nah. Going down. Whether it's prison or whatever, who cares, as long as they're not out. Can you imagine? You remember when Q said, these people won't be able to walk down the street now. Think, for instance, of someone like Harvey Weinstein. He's supposed to have been given 23 years instead of higher because he's been giving names out of high profilers. So think about it. He's in prison. Now, A lot of people in prison that might know about what he's done are not going to be very happy. So that's not going to be a good life for him. So he might have to be like quarantined to his own room or something. And then if he ever got out, his life's not going to be worth living, is it? So these people aren't going to be able to walk down the street. So they're not really going to have a good time in prison. And they're not really going to, I mean, which one do you want to do? Do you know what I mean? Because people would want to take their revenge because some people are like that. So, hit the like, guys. 60 watching and 20 thumbs up. Thank you. I just believe to anybody who's watching in the background that hasn't come in chat, please come in and say hello. It's not a scary place. But also, if you're watching, it's funny, isn't it? This just proves people are waking up. Even if you're beginning to scratch the head and thinking, do you know what? I've been watching her on and off, and I thought she was a bit mad because she talks, because I do talk about all sorts, let's face it. I don't know why I've still got my glasses on. But basically, people are starting to scratch their heads. People are waking up. Welcome to the Great Awakening. It's not called the Great Awakening for nothing. And it's bigger than we think it is, by the way. It's going to be massive. Can you imagine people now, hi from Florida, going on about the bog rolliitis. Oh, everyone's running. Right, here comes the news. Everyone's running around after toilet roll and where. Wait till the real stuff hits. Everyone's going to be like, oh my God. If you think this is big, wait till the other stuff comes in. We're going to have months of this information, age of information, and people are going to be like, what? You thought the toilet roll was bad? And what might be going on with that? And then it's like, but we're here to calm people down. You know? Oh, Albert Einstein, really? Well, we know how Albert Wine. The only person I like was Nikola Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Get lost, Edison. But that's how they work. And that's why a lot of people will say, well, it's just the other side getting in. Well, yeah, we know how they work because they put things from the past into the future, as in they make things up in the past, viruses and everything, then put it out so many years after so they can change the stocks and bonds and all that so they get money and the fat cats get fatter and we get poorer, and that's how they do it. But they didn't see this coming, did they? They didn't see that people were in their area, in their circles. That's why everybody they're saying that Epstein faked his death. They're not saying he faked his death. They're saying he may have got a golden ticket. Conspiracy time. A golden ticket, as in, if you give us the names, like Harvey Weinstein, you haven't got 70 odd years, you've got 23. If you give us the names, you can either say that you got killed in prison, this, that, and like I said, I'm not bothered either way, as long as they're away, being executed or whatever. I don't really care. Giving the right information on people. I forgot what I was saying then. Oh my God, it's going to be quick in chat today. They are all in lockdown countries. I'm looking at Dolly now. Everyone's like, oh, we need to get on the internet and see what's going on. See, the thing is, when people realise that mainstream media is just an illusion, they're going to go to the internet and then people are going to be popping up and they're going to be like, oh, you know, this like Dolly's talking about certain things, and like you've got, you know, Roxanne the Globalist now, she's talking about this, you've got this channel and that channel there. Oh, everybody's talking. You know, people that don't even really look at the internet are going to go, oh my God, it's all there. Everybody's been talking about it for years. Do you know what I mean? And then they're going to be like, well, there must be something in it, because why haven't they put this out on mainstream media? Because mainstream media is your enemy, that's why. Hi, Mr. Fifth, I'll call you. Hey up, Candy, my man. It's mark my words. So, yeah. Thank you, Candy. That's what they want you to think, Epstein is alive and well. I don't get what you're saying. It doesn't matter if Epstein's alive and well, as long as he's in prison. Who cares? You know what I mean? There's people who've done stuff and he's done some stuff, but believe me, there's more wicked stuff than that. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, dead or alive, as long as you're either the death sentence or you're in prison. Either way, as long as you're not on our streets. Because like I said, these people won't be able to walk down the streets. Do you think if Epstein got out, that he'd be alive on the streets after people are going to learn what they've done? Some people just think it's, oh, it was just an island where they had some girls there that went there and it was a bit of a sex party or something. No, it's much more than that. Much, much more. Goes very deep. It's not very nice. Really, really, really not nice. This is why I keep saying you have to be mentally prepared for what you might hear. Some of you aren't going to want to hear it. But this is what I'm saying about the whole, you've got to see the unearthing of the dark. Though we have dark, but I'm not talking about that when everyone starts going on about the dark and the light and we've got to have both and all that. I'm saying the unearthing of what we don't want in ourselves. That this is the unearthing of that. We don't want that. We didn't know it was going on. We don't want that sort of stuff going on. So to not want it, you've got to see it to know what was happening. So we know, not that I ever think this will happen again. We'd know what we were looking for. We can't have this anymore. Epstein and others we wrongly valued as, is that supposed to say big players? Yeah, I think people think that people like Epstein and what's his face, the other one, Weinstein or whatever his name is, are like the big players. They're not the big players. They're part of the club that we're not in, but they're not the big guns. They are not the big guns. They're not the big guns. So yes, then people might not get like a big thing, but the ones above that, puppet masters, they're the ones who are getting the this is why I said some people just think that, they've researched and they think like, oh, it's Epstein. It's not. It's much more than that. You know what I mean? There's people above that, families and everything. So who's nowhere to be seen? Who's nowhere to be seen? You're worried about getting enough cat food. I just think this is why they say if everyone calmed down and everyone spoke to names about being calmed down and everyone just bought food in the natural manner they always have done, we'll be all right. Breaking out. Hi all, been following this since 2012. Please watch this. The world reset. Yeah, the world is being reset. In the English on YouTube. Also prepare for change website. Forget the globe reference piece. Yeah, it is a reset and it's going to be a reset of, I've said, new ways, new beginnings, new websites for things. Like I said, I don't think the internet's going to go down. People get yes, they have been on top communists, but they're actually going down. That's why they're going after the Vatican. That's why they're going after the Pope. They've been in for a very long time. We know that, the Khazarian mafia, but hey ho, good times are waiting. Yeah, they did run all that. And the Queen actually isn't English, so, we all know that, but they're going down. So what can I say? If they're not in, they're not in. Bill Clinton, not even a higher up. No, Bill Clinton isn't even a higher up. Some people think it's just the Clintons. Like I said, let's follow the map up the beginning. Hi, lifting the lid. Let's follow the map from the bottom of the exclusive order of human rights abuse, right? We've all been abused, by the way, because we've all been used as slaves and we've all been abused in food and everything that people don't even know. We've got the storm at the bottom. What storm? What storm did... When Trump first got in, it was storms coming in 2017. They were all like, what storm? What storm? And he went, you'll see. We're in the storm right now. The storm. Above that, it says the calm before the storm. We had a bit of calm, we're finding out now the storm's here, but it will go back to calm. And then we've got Las Vegas massacre, pyramid sacrifice. Then we've got fake news. We are transferring power back from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to you, the people. Donald Trump's organisation in 2017, MAGA. Trump and Hillary election. Sex trafficking, blackmail, paedophilia, Pizzagate. I'm just going up the middle through this map because it all makes sense now. Obama's birth certificate. We all know that story, don't we? Iraq invasion, WTC7, 9/11 tower sacrifice, George W. Bush. That goes to the Skull and Bone Society of Yale. Princess Diana, 1997 Queen sacrifice. New World Order, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton trying to bring that through with China. Above that is Pindar, Council 13, but I'm not reading all that out. And then it's got fourth dimensional negative entities. And then it's got, this goes right to the top, so we'll see who's right at the top. Most of us know who's at the top. Then we've got Illuminati card game. Now, the Illuminati card game, people go, oh yeah, well, like that card game had a lot in it, innit? It just showed, yeah, but they made the Illuminati card game, so people in the future would go, oh, have you seen the prophecy of what they were bringing out? Well, they're not. It doesn't matter who made them. No, I don't. It was someone who's into Q made the map of just putting things together. That's always happened in the past and following the breadcrumbs of Freemasonry and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, but when you actually look at it now, you know, you see it, Nikola Tesla's on it, everybody's on it. It just puts together the breadcrumbs, but when you actually look at it, you know. So then it goes, that's how they try to get you on the timeline of the New World Order, because it's not in a prophecy or anything. They just wanted you to get on that New World Order. So you bow down and you give your power away, basically. Illuminati card game, then you've got Richard Nixon, 1969 to 1974, Watergate. Then you've got MK Ultra. Then you've got JFK assassination was a king's sacrifice. Then you've got Vietnam, Dwight D. Eisenhower military industrial complex, 1961, secret space program, Project Paperclip, Nazis US citizenship. We all know that's why they got into America with cooperations, and they came out as businessmen. That's why they needed Trump in, because Trump's a businessman. Bilderberg Group, 1954. Trump didn't go to the Bilderberg meeting. Langley, Virginia, CIA, 1947, Langley, Virginia. It's got Geneva on there. You've got Nazi Germany, Pentagon, 1941. OSS, Office of Strategic Service, 1942 to 1945. Adolf Hitler, Treaty of the Versailles, is it, or something, 1919. World War One, Federal Reserve System, 1913. And this goes off to everything else. This goes off to a load of other stuff. This isn't all of it. Federal Reserve, above that, FBI in 1908. Aleister Crowley, Freemason, it's got Baphomet. Rothschild Zionist, that goes off to a lot of things. The House of, that's got Satanism, Rockefellers, we all know that. Declaration of Independence, the 4th of July, 1776. The Pope Clements, I don't know what number it is, suppression of the Society of Jesus, 1773. Black Nobility, Jesuit Society of Jesus, and at the top, the Vatican. So what's happening in Italy? What is happening in Italy? And that's why I said there's an obelisk at the Vatican, there's an obelisk in DC, and there's an obelisk in London. Hence being religion, massive control. Vatican. Money, London. Bankers, Rothschild, stuff like that. Military control, DC. Pretty simple, really. You know, so one of my neighbours was saying she thinks it's going to allow the veil to thin for a higher spiritual experience. I do think that's, well, I think there's two things going on. I think there's the spiritual and the physical. This is what I've been saying. When they merge, because we're going to the age of Aquarius, we didn't go into it like that. It's the merging of the realms. So finding within ourselves, us transforming ourselves. We transform the world by transforming within ourselves. It comes in because we're seeing what we don't want. And the veil is very thin. And also if you look at that in a physical, material way of us here right now talking about this, the veil is very thin. It's 20/20 vision of people are waking up and seeing the lies. And we're starting to dig the truth out, and we're seeing it happen. That's why they kept saying for ages, a couple of years, it's coming in 2020 vision, 2020 vision. It's still going to be going after 2020 because this is just starting to roll out now so people can see 2020 vision. A lot of people are beyond the veil, but this is another thing I have chats with people about. There are people beyond the veil, but you can't always reside in the veil because we're here as well. But how have we been able to function properly here? Heaven on earth, spiritual and physical, that's what it is. When they merge together, it's going to work perfectly better the way it was intentionally, the way it was meant to, perfectly. But they knew that in the physical, that they tried, balance. They tried to mess it up here for us because they tried to replicate what's above, as above, so below, and catch us in that, you know, if you get what I'm saying. and everything has to come to balance. And that's why things are happening, because it has to come back to balance, the dark and the light. The dark can't be, it has been over the light, but now it's time to come back. It's not that the light's taking over the dark, it just has to be in balance. You know, things happen in nature and stuff like that. So, yeah. My heart is filled with joys. Yeah, they do run the show Communicate Hoax, but I don't think you get what I'm saying. They're not going to be running it for much longer. People were up in those realms that knew what was going on, so I don't think you understand what I'm saying. A lot of people know that, but that is not what's happening now, this time now. They've got away with it for a very long time. Change is coming. Just like I said, balance. They've been part of that side. So this is what I mean. People go on about stuff and it's like, what do you think they're doing in Italy right now? Italy's at the top, main control. And all these big families, you know, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, someone called Pacers or something. Can't remember what the names are. So this is what I mean. People have faith. Things change. You can't go on. You know. Especially, the biggest thing is, the Illuminati said was, in a cartoon thing once, was all the people have to do is wake up and say no more. No more consent. We consent when we don't even know we're consenting. If that's taken out, then we can live in a peaceful world where there's no more man-made wars, there's no more corruptness, everyone's living a life where no one's starving, no one hasn't got electric, and you know, that's all free anyway, all that sort of good stuff. If you don't want to believe that, I just think, well, go on a timeline where you think the New World Order's still here, as in what they wanted in, and go on that timeline. I'm just not in that timeline at all. I don't believe why we have to have that anymore. People are waking up. If the people, I've said this before, if the people are waking up, it's a secret societies, because that's what they are, them sort of secret societies, can't work secretly if everybody knows what's going on. They can't work. How can it be a secret if it's not a secret? And everyone knows what you're doing and where you go and what's happening. Can't exactly be a secret society when everybody knows about it. So, you know. So, yeah. Think Braveheart on steroids, but with a happier... Exactly. Someone put on, they will never take... What is it? They will never... What's the same way it goes? They'll never take our freedom. They may take our... And they went, they'll never take our toilet roll. So funny. Yeah, but what does that mean with the Vatican? It doesn't matter. Vatican's going down anyway, so it's happening right now. That doesn't mean anything. We all know about that news. It's a bit as if people don't know. You know. Yeah, still the big Bilderberg meeting are closed to the public. Yeah, the big Bilderberg meetings are closed to the public. And Trump didn't go to the Bilderberg meeting, did he? So funny, isn't it? People can't join the dots together. What's under the Vatican? Exactly, they will never defeat the true folk. They may take our lives, exactly, but someone put, they may take our lives, but they'll never take our toilet roll. It's like, well, put it this way. I might watch that this weekend, Braveheart. You know why? Because Mel Gibson's a good guy and his dad was a good guy. They tried to help the Native American Indians out. Mel Gibson is a good guy. They hated Mel Gibson, and he also made the film Passion of the Christ, and they hated that when he did that. No, it's not salvation only through Jesus Christ. It's through yourself, and whatever you think that is, Jesus Christ, the source, is what you think it is. I'm believing the creator. I just don't, I call it source. That's up to me. But yes, it's still spirit of what we all come from. You know, we're saving ourselves. Alex Jones used to chase the elites, going to creepy Bilderberg meetings. Yeah, Alex Jones is a traitor anyway. Yeah, Mel Gibson was a good guy. So I mean, they either assassinate your character or worse, don't they? And that's what they did to him. Yeah, all the stuff you're saying we all know about. That's what I'm saying. We're not really looking at that stuff, are we? We're looking at the positive stuff now because most of that's quite boring. What's Mark going on about here? Someone getting triggered or just being daft? And I've noticed a lot of people who say, oh, it's just the same side of the other side, still trying to get in, trying to make you to think there's a beautiful world coming. It's not men. Just saying. You know, people are too scared of realising that they could be wrong and, you know, that they've been duped. That's what a lot of people don't like, the fact that well, we've all been duped. Do you know what I mean? Why are airlines down? Why are airlines down? It's a good job that airlines are down, isn't it? Because then the elite can't run anywhere else. There's not the. Are you reading the news or something? We know airlines are down, but it's a much bigger thing why the airlines are down. It's not why people think it's for, because of the virus. Nothing to do with that. Bits of it. It's like, do you want someone to run somewhere, or do you want to capture them? Ah. Yeah, you've got like the old actors, you know, some of them were better than, you know, some of them today. You can't save yourself, it's a lie from the evil one. You are creator, that I am. We already know that. It's not the other side coming in. It's not a lie. We're all doing it ourselves if you haven't noticed. See, this is where they come in. I hope that's a joke. Because that's what everyone says. You can't save yourself. It's a lie from the evil ones. If you did some research, you'd realise it's not. We're not waiting for a saviour. It's about going within and transforming ourselves, which a lot of us are doing and have done since we've been on this ride, because you realise stuff you come away from. You sacrifice things as in you don't go out much more. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be a part of paying for that, or things that you look at, you don't want to be consuming all the time like we used to, because that's part of what they do. So that's just ridiculous, and a programmed looping response that I keep hearing everywhere, when I actually think I'm on a like parallel universe. I'm just thinking that's a boring response to look at it. Most people say that because they don't even have faith in themselves. If you had faith in yourselves and you believed in a creator, you'd know good things are coming. So how does it manifest in the physical when people wake up? It's pretty simple to me. I don't think it's simple to other people. I think they just have to make everything doom and gloom all the time. There's two realms we reside in, so they both should be working together. One of them was slightly out of whack. You don't need God, creator, whatever. It's always been there. It's part of us. We are from the one. You know what I mean? So we're experiencing life down here in a physical form. Some of you might not be into that, but that's how I see it, and that's what I talk about. So, you know, why wouldn't you want to experience a physical experience the way we should have done, without the deceit put on us? Yeah, we're working through that, which is brilliant to see the deceit, because we're fallen angels. We're the fallen angels. We fell asleep because we got deceived and we got distracted by entertainment and shiny phones and all this and that, you know. So, you know, it's all good. I mean, there's bad things happening, but you know what I mean? So when people come with that reaction, I just think, well, that's the timeline you want to be on. You go on that timeline. That's what you want to be, in that sort of false fear mode. Yeah, it is stone cold. It's all right though. Yeah, but that's your perception of things, okay? You think of it in, what's the right word, analogies or picture form. If you're well into your Bible, that's what you're going to say. We are the fallen ones if you think of it like that. We're not bad people. We've been deceived. We've been programmed by the TV to be narcissists and unloving, not all of us, against other people. We know that that's what they put out there with social engineering. So in that sense, yes, we did fall asleep. But we're beginning to wake up and rise. Rise in ascension, some say, rise in consciousness. It's a consciousness we're waking up in and realising that we are all one. but we can be sovereign. You know, countries there and countries there, and they're doing the thing, and we're sovereign within ourselves as well. So, you know, keep shouting out and a taxi will come. Do you know what I mean? It's just, see how people get triggered by someone saying a certain word, especially if someone's highly, highly in the Bible. Remember that that's been duped as well. It's still the same thing though, isn't it? Still the same thing. We fell from consciousness. And no one can say we didn't, because we did. We were relying on, not everyone, we were relying on the fake ass news to tell us what was right when we knew inside us it wasn't right. You know, people, not us, people sit out there and read the newspapers and watch the news and think it's the God's honest truth without questioning anything or researching themselves. Hence, that's why Q came out. Well, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. That is fantastic. We chose to do this, and it's all a project. Exactly, it's all a projection of fractals of every timeline and realms. Exactly. You know, everyone talks about things and they put different words in and this, that, and the other, but it's still the same thing. So, you know, and we are all angels if you want to be an angel, if you shine in your little light. Do you know what I mean? Who else is to say you're not? We get enough of it told of what we are. You know, you are this, you are that. Enough from that side. Yeah, but the Bible is like translations, is it? It's how you translate stuff as well. If word swords trigger you, have a problem with yourself. Be mindful of system spells. Yeah, we all know there's the way they talk is spells as well. Numbers is a hidden language as well. That's how they communicate with each other as well. That's how they write things down on certain forms in capital letters. They've all been getting us under enslaved system for ages, but now we're breaking free. Why can we not? I think the time's right about now. But this is what I mean about when we say like the world's separating, parallel universe, you've got all the people there who just want to believe it's doom and gloom, doom and gloom. Oh, it's that side tricking you, it's that side tricking you, it's that side tricking you. Right, okay. And then they have cognitive dissonance and other stuff, and you're just like, really? Okay, I'm going to this one anyway. See you later. So yeah. So, I'm going to go in a minute. So, how are you all feeling? That is the big question. Feeling today in this moment right now. You say hello to someone, you feel they feel you might have a soft they feel you might be a soft target. Yeah, you have a good afternoon as well. Just uploaded a million dreams. I know that song's ace, isn't it? We've all had a million dreams and they're coming into manifestation, so fine, excited. That's our mission, experience this now. I know, it's a great... So what I mean, you've got too many people moaning about stuff and they can't experience this wonderful thing that's going on, like the biggest thing to happen. Biggest thing to happen, lifting the lid back home now. Hi, lifting the lid. Just saying lifting the lid, Robin. I've said to people the other day, I don't care what anyone's saying in chat and going on about creation and all that. We're not talking about that at the end of the day. This is not... Everyone knows there's something big going on, because at the end of the day, this has never happened in your lifetime. It's not one country talking about it. It's the whole world are going through the same thing right now, even with the toilet roll thing, all making jokes across the world about that, all going on about the arrest now worldwide. And you think that you're not seeing certain stuff and you might be, oh, it's only here, it's only there. You're going to see it because the rest of it is going to come out to the public, the ones who are asleep, like I said. So I just say, hold on, because you are going to see things. Hi, hello, nice to find a fellow Brit here. Hello, there's loads of Brits in here. Gutted I went to work to shut site down. Oh, so coffee donation because it's gone cold. Paganism is the main mask worn. No, it's not. That's a pagan sign. So if you're triggered, go and get triggered. They use the signs. If you didn't know what a swastika is, that Hitler used, it's a peace sign for the Buddhists, and it's in the stars as well. But people get triggered by certain symbols when they know nothing about it. And I've been reading out of certain books to show you what that is: earth, air, fire, and water, ether, and spirit. So if you get triggered by numbers like 33 and stuff like that, people need to go and realize what it is. So, you know. Yeah, but let's just put you off the thingy because we're not bothered about that religious book or whatever you're going on about. It's getting a bit boring. People fear what they don't understand. Yes, there are occults, but there was ones that went underground to hide things away from that side. Darken the light. It's is your intention. I know that's what I mean. They just go pagans evil because I heard it was because it's they do rituals and sacrifices. Yeah, that side do. The dark side, let's say, I don't know what else to call them. Satanism, the Satanists. There's other people that are pagan, they're not Satanists. I mean, I know words and names got mixed up, but people need to realise you're getting triggered by a symbol, and there's many symbols out there. You think of the triangle and the eye on top. Yes, Illuminati will use it, and I don't actually know if their eye is inside or outside, whatever. It's the cone of power. It's what you focus on, what you put your intention to, your intention focus here up to the top. The eye on that really to me stands for me is your inner eye and consciousness. Yeah, your point of focus. Your point of focus. But people get triggered by it because yes, they do use the symbols. They use our symbols that were old symbols and revert them. They wear the cross, but they wear it upside down. So, rumours that John Travolta has, yeah, it turns out in just Saturday Night Fever. Do, 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 do. Well, he had a plane, that's all I can say. Oh, they'll just be getting arrested, won't they? Spiritual, not into doctrine. Yeah, exactly. I'm not into what a book says, as in, this is the only way. I take snippets out of different things that resonate with me because that's somebody telling you that they're over you again. When I see there's just translations in the Bible, and it's not that there isn't things in the Bible, there is translations, but, people translate things different. It's all right when Chelsea Clinton was wearing the cross upside down, wasn't it? Because they revert everything. Egypt was ruled by symbolism. Modern day symbolism is all that. Yeah, it is the logos, but people get so, we used to speak through logos. People get so triggered by logos because they fear what they don't know and because that side have used it. So you could say logos are a pain, like symbols are a pain. So is language. It's like when people talk about the ascension or consciousness or this or that, and it's all the same thing. But there's nothing wrong in a symbol that stands for earth, air, fire, and water, ether, and ether, the spirit. We are all that anyway. Spiritual is not to take responsibility for, is to take responsibility for, yeah, spiritual is to take responsibility for self. That's when it's alchemy. That's when people get triggered by that word. It's transforming ourselves from within. We're going within with the dark of us as well, the shadow self. We all have that. We merge it together in balance because we do have that bit of, dark in us as well, but it's in balance. So once you're checking in on yourself and reflecting, you learn to balance it so it's not too out of whack all the time. You know what I mean? That is growth. That is growing, to take responsibility for you. And this is what's happening now with all this that's going on. People are going to learn when they were deceived by certain things. It makes you look at yourself and go within and think, that's why I may have been feeling like that, because this wasn't right in the 3D and it's made me feel like I was getting angry and you don't know why. There's loads behind it and it's brilliant. So, yeah, I'm just saying, watch this show roll out. We got told before Christmas, get your popcorn in and watch the show, the greatest show ever to be seen, and like I said, it's not just us here watching it or in America, it's the whole world are talking about it. We were all born into another's construct. Now we have figured things out. Get with your own personal creator. Yeah, you can connect to your own higher self, as I like to call it. Some people get freaked out by that. Just depends what you want to call it. Higher self. Start to calcify in your pineal gland, your third eye. People get freaked out by that. It's your inner mind's eye. It's been a mind war anyway. And when you reconnect, go out in nature, you know all is good. I said yesterday, the sun's still shining. We're still here. You can feel it within your energies, not what you're being told. It's a hard journey to find self, however, the most rewarding. Exactly. You have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, which is a lot of us have gone through it. Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune conjunction, this is why. Yeah, and that's what I say with all the planets aligning and certain energies off the planets and then people. But this is what I'm saying, and people go, don't look up to the stars. Well, the stars are a part of us, and they, you know, the energies off the stars and stuff like that reflect to us as well. Reflections. And then we've got to figure out how to transmute there or go around it, which I've said and said and said before. But when you don't know, because they knew about it, this is where we find it hard to go through things with energies and people getting feeling angry about stuff, or the frequency's a bit off, or the vibe, because we're not understanding properly. But when we realise what affects our energy and this, that and the other, you know, like the ebb and flow, it gets a little bit easier. That's what I mean. People saying they don't know anyone who's got it. Regular people know nobody who's got it, but all the celebrities are getting it. I just think it's, you see, funny. 13th century. I have a peace sign tattoo. Somebody told me that it's a crucifix broken. When I first heard that years ago, I was so upset. But now I know. Yeah, exactly. And I got this ages ago. It's not finished off yet, but then again, this representing Mother Earth, a lady with butterflies. Some people go, oh my God, it's like MK Ultra, it's like Monarch training. It's like, no, it represents me, my mum, my sister and my nana. And butterflies are transformation, and that's one of the, I've always loved butterflies. And I saw a butterfly today, by the way. The first butterfly I've seen coming up now, that's transformation, that's what we're doing. We've been in a cocoon, we've been in the dark, we're coming out to the light, we're transforming into the beautiful beings that we are. This here, where she's got this near a pineal gland, you can't see it, but that's slightly off. Looks a bit like a Q. And also, I was going to get this shaded on this side because I had it shaded. It took 2 hours, but I didn't get this bit done. And it's been like this for years. But I'm leaving it because dark to light, our light and dark side. So it was meant to stay like that. So it's staying like that. There was a whale in the Thames, first time ever. It's a sauna, it's being destroyed. No, I don't know. Yeah, stuff come up before the elections, exactly. They do, they know what they're doing. That's why they put stuff up to set things off and all that. So, you know. Yeah, still on, but I'm going now actually. What time is it? Yeah, I better go. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to see what you were all saying. So keep your eyes open, folks. And also sit a bit with yourself and feel the energies. It's 17th today as well. You know there's loads going on. And it's not all bad stuff. There's people running around like lunatics still. There's people still on Facebook going on about, oh my God, this flu's like, it's like, yeah, I normally get it like twice a year, you know, and it's springtime. So normally the crossing over is seasons. Sometimes you get something, but everybody's got dementia and it seems to have forgot that you get flu symptoms throughout the year. Yes, it's not nice. Older people and that do die if your immune system's low. No kids being reported in that though, is there? Just celebrities. So people seem to have amnesia, whatever you call it. People seem to be forgetting, you know, not thinking for themselves that we actually do get colds. But because the news have put it out there with the wrong numbers and stuff, everyone just seems to think it's never happened before. It's like, right. I'm not into 5G at all because when you look into it, it's not as strong as they say it is. So I'm not even into that. I don't even put my focus on it. Great chat. Thank you, Rachel. First, I officially am not a what? Oh, a DJ. Medium in the States is saying that the humans need to have separation, isolation. Scientific studies are showing that it's good for us. We, in a sense, it's not going to do us any harm. Those of us who've been hermits anyway, for people to be isolated at the minute, because they need to learn what's going on, and if the news hits somewhere, they can see that, and they need to really go within themselves. That's what it's about as well, I think. So it's not a bad thing that people need to be communicating properly, with each other, face to face, and having a bit of soul time with themselves, and really thinking about what's going on and feeling it. So that's all I'm going to say. So I'll pull a card out before I go. Thanks for the daydream, all the chat room, love them. Yeah, and thanks everyone for being in. There's a lot of people in at this time, actually. You're all isolated. See what I mean? And what are we going to do if we're all isolated for a couple of days, or people who are isolated? What are you going to do? You're going to get on the internet to see what's going on. So we're not really isolated because we're all talking on here. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. You're welcome. But you see, you can tell from chat, people are talking. No matter what you believe in, blah, 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 blah. Don't believe in Q, don't believe this. You don't have to believe in that. It's just a tool to help people. You know, there doesn't seem to be a lot of trolls about. That's another good thing. Oh, I always eat mushrooms. I don't mean them mushrooms, like mushrooms you eat. Mushrooms on toast, mushrooms, yeah. But anyway. Follow the white rabbit, but don't get stuck down the holes. Oh, thank you, Mary. If I saw something that really resonated with, oh my God, this is really bad, I'd be worrying, but I'm not. There's no energy coming in that's making me feel like that nervousness of, I said the other day it was nervousness, but it wasn't nervousness of, oh my God, it's something bad. It was like Christmas. Excitedness. Good job, Dolly. Energy lifted. Thank you, lifting the lid. You know, that sort of thing. I'm more excited because I'm seeing people around my area, friends and people waking up slowly, which is a good thing because this is what it's about. It's really quickening. They're quickening it up, right? The cards fell out. Oh, 2 cards have fell out. Is it 2? Yeah. So we've got, I don't know if it says Amaret, I don't even know what it says. Where are you being called to journey to? I'd say centre, heart, love at the end of the day. I mean, it looks like the heavens, doesn't it? Pink, healing. Oh, I like this one. Keepers of the Earth. I was just showing you my tattoo of Mother Earth. You are not alone. None of you are alone in this. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So, oh, your new age won't help you. Who said it was new age? New age is old age. There's a lot of new age that came in that isn't real. You know what I mean? People get triggered. It's because I mentioned trolls and then one comes in. Can't merge together with it all, can't they? Can't think that they believe in a creator. So do I. So what's your problem at the end of the day? And that's about the whole thing of balance. And see, people being sovereign at what they believe in. If you believe in a creator, but you're calling it a different name, what's your problem? Are you being good to people? Yes. Do you put nice intentions out? Yes. So what's your problem? People freak out. Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Well, they do. I know they go, new age, new age. It's like, new age. Exactly. It goes back, way back. There's people that have got in the new age that say the new age and the twisting things, but do you see what I mean? Cognitive dissonance. Dearie me. I did mention troll though, didn't I? Just to come on. Well, nothing's going to come, but we're seeing a big, massive change. No, I don't really think that, Danielle, because not everybody is there? They've been trying to push it, so that's another thing that gets on me. That gets on my nerves as well. Or do you mean the ones that are on the side of the... Oh, that'll be dissipating with all that stuff they were bringing in. So, have a lovely day. keep looking. Don't get too enthralled. You know, we know we're not going to be seeing, well, it's trickling out. So good things are coming. Calm down with your buying, everybody. And let's see what happens. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just the people being selfish and food nonsense. I do hope everything. Yeah, they'll calm down in a bit. They'll probably get told off friends, and it's like calm down with the food. The only reason the food's going is because you're taking it and bulk buying like idiots, thinking it's the apocalypse when that's not even what it means. So, yeah. Oh, hi, Paul. Anyone who's just coming, I'm going now. I think I've been, and now it's trying to disconnect and reconnect. So, see you all very soon. Bye. Where we go one, we go on. See you later.